Hey friends, welcome back. It's me, LlamaMamaKayla, and today I am filming at the Ouachita River here in Monroe, Louisiana. And Ouachita River, that is spelled O-U-A-C-H-I-T-A. I know it doesn't, the sound, if you try to pronounce it, it doesn't sound like Ouachita. But anyway, that's the way it's spelled. And that's the river that runs through between Monroe and West Monroe. So it is a beautiful day, and so me and Big Daddy thought we would just come out here and hang out at the river today, bring some lunch, and enjoy the sunshine for a little bit because it's supposed to rain tomorrow. So today is my April crochet roundup. So I feel like I didn't get a lot done this month, but I really did have a lot going on this month. And so, but anyway, I want to share with you my makes that I made all this month, and I'll just get started sharing that with you. So first up, I have this bee that I made, and let's see, the pattern for this bee is in the Crochet Critters book. So I crocheted this bee from that book, except I used chunky yarn. I used the Charisma loops and thread for the yellow and the black, and in the white I just used regular 4-weight worsted yarn because I didn't think about buying any bulky yarn in the white when I was about to make the project. And then when I started to make the wings, I didn't even think about I wasn't using bulky yarn. I just used my regular white 4-weight yarn, but it turned out fine. I like it. It's pretty big. On the pattern, I didn't use the stinger part on the bottom because I wanted mine to sit on a shelf, and so there you go. And I think he turned out really cute. I like him, or her, whatever. And also I made this octopus in early April. I remember that because I made it on April the 2nd, which was my birthday. But I made this octopus, and you can see he's got, and this octopus also, the pattern is in the Crochet Cute Critters and amigurumi book. But I used a bulky yarn. I used the, again, I used the Loops and Thread Charisma from Michaels. And I can't remember the colorway of the yarn, but it's the only one like that in the Charisma. But anyway, I think he turned out really cute. I used a whole skein and then just a little part of another one just to finish off a couple of these. So yeah, he turned out really cute. And let's see, I did make this little blanket for my niece, my great niece, Hazel. I haven't seen her yet to give it to her, but this is just a little lovey type blanket that she could drag around with her and take to the daycare with her, take to the car with her, just whatever. I didn't make it too big because she's just now going to turn 2, and so I didn't want it too big for her to drag around. When we were at my mom's after my dad's funeral, I had made him a blanket like this, and it was real colorful and all, and she really liked that blanket. Like, I could tell she wanted it. She grabbed it, was dragging it around with her, and so I thought, oh, I'm going to make her a blanket like that because she loved all those colors. And so I haven't seen her yet. They've been out of town, and then our truck's been broke down, so we haven't gotten with them to give her blanket yet. But I think she'll like it. I did tell her mom that I made her one, and she was like, good, she'll love that. Alright, and then I made this cup of noodles, and this is a pattern by Stringy Ding Ding. And I made this for my son Elijah, and I made this in one night. It was really super easy to make. It's all worsted yarn, and I put the peas and the carrots in there with the noodles, and in the bottom I did hot glue 5 of those clear glass stones that you can get from Dollar Tree. With the floral stuff, they come in that little netting bag, and so I glued some of them in just to give it the stability so that it sits up. And so yeah, And that pattern again is by Stringy Ding Ding. And any patterns that I have to link, I will link them below, but they will not show up for a few hours because I need to be at home to put all those links in. I also made this coffee cup for Elijah. He is our coffee drinker, and so I crocheted this for him the same night that I did those noodles, but I didn't quite finish this one off because I was waiting to get stuffing out of my bedroom, and so I finished it up the next morning, and it turned out great. It's a great size, and Elijah really liked it. So, and this pattern is also by Stringy Ding Ding. You can find her website, stringydingding.com. So if you want to find that before I get a chance to add my links in the description box, that's where you can find the patterns for her. And then let's see, since I'm talking about Stringy Ding Ding, may as well, I used the book Plenty of Fish in the Sea and made this mermaid. I'll show you what Olive at Stringy Ding Ding, her mermaid, is very pretty. She made hers with red hair, and so I ended up making mine with blonde hair, yellow hair. Oops. The wind is just like crazy out here, but anyway, so I made my little mermaid with blonde hair, and she turned out really cute. If you watched the video when I made her, you know what I'm talking about when I do this. So anyway, she was really super easy to make. I know that hair looks kind of complicated, but it's really not. You just follow the directions in the book, and it is really easy to make. I used I Love This Yarn sparkle yarn for the blue, and the red is also I Love This Yarn sparkle. The yellow is a Craft Smart light yellow, and then the this is a ivory color for the skin. But anyway, I really like how she turned out, and I hope to get a picture of her today down by the water while we're here. That's my plan. And again, I just want to tell you that if you haven't checked out Olive's book, Plenty of Fish in the Sea, this book is very well worth every penny. It's spiral binding, so that is a plus all the way, because you know most books, like, and I know I can't take these books up to Office Depot and get a spiral binding. I used to do that for some of my homeschool books. I just haven't thought to do it for any of my crochet books yet, but this one comes already with a spiral binding, and so you know how nice that is. The book just lays flat, and let me just tell you, her pictures in here are excellent. She has pictures throughout the pattern, and also the pages are very well made. They're like a slick, almost like a photocopy page, instead of just a cheap paper that would tear real easy. So if you haven't checked out her book, you might want to try to do that. Alright, let's see what else we got here, Big Daddy. Hand me something else. Alright, so here is a plant that I had made for my son Elijah. It is a string of pearls, and let's see, what book did I use? The pattern came from Kawaii Crochet Garden, and someone has asked about this book, about the print, and I'll just show you. The print is in there. Some words are in dark print and the print is a little lighter, but I didn't have any problem reading the book, and it was the directions are so simple, easy to read. But anyway, here is the string of pearls that I made for Elijah, my son Elijah. He loves plants. I don't even know how many plants he's got. It's probably a crazy amount, huh, Big Daddy? And I did put some stones in the bottom of this so it would set flat and easy. But I love how this turned out. I'll just show you. This was super easy to make too. The directions were very clear, and you just make all these strands, and I just tied them in, sewed them in, and it worked out really cute. I love this. Like, I guess the most two favorite things I made was this plant and this cup of noodles, and both of these are for Elijah. But I just think these both turned out so cute. And on this, the yarn, I used scrap yarn on this, just a white, and then I used a, I believe this is a Craft Smart leaf color, maybe? I don't know, I'm not really sure. Sage. Is it sage? Yeah, it was sage. But anyway, I love that. And let's see, also from this little book, I made this little ladybug. It's just a small little ladybug. I did use a bigger hook, so mine is a little bigger than what was really intended in the book, but I think she turned out cute, and I'm happy with her. And then I have this little bitty kitty cat that I made, and it is also a pattern by Stringy Ding Ding. And I will tell you that this was really easy to make. It was a no sew, no cut your yarn, no tying yarn back in. It was just all made in one piece. And the directions have it has the directions for the little ears. You can see how they pop up there. And then it has the directions to add the feet in as you're crocheting around. When you get to that row, you just do a little stitch that she tells you to do, and then you finish it off, and add a little tail. And I did put one of those little clear glass stones in the butt so that it would set flat, and it does set up really flat, you know. Without the stone, it would be kind of top heavy like that, but with the stone, it weights the butt down just a little, and it fits in there. So those are my makes. I did make 3 of these gnome squares, and I'm going to pair these up with my daisy squares to eventually make a blanket. I'm not in like a rush to get this done, but every now and then I'm going to make a few more gnome squares, maybe some in blue, some in purple, to add to my daisy squares that I have been making, and I have a bunch of those saved up. So I'll do some gnomes and add those in, and I think that will make a very cute blanket. Now this is by Repeat Crafter Me, and I cannot do a tutorial on this square because it's not my pattern. It belongs to Repeat Crafter Me, Sarah Zimmerman. So you can go to her blog, and she has the written directions, and then she also has a video. You can click on her video. She does go really fast, but as for her video or anyone's video, you have the option to click settings, and you can slow down that video, and you'll be able to follow her along. I slowed down the video when I watched before. It wasn't for this one. I made something with her one time, and I did have to slow that video down because she just goes really fast, and I tried to keep up with her, but I had a little trouble keeping up. But anyway, she does have a video. You just have to go to repeatcrafterme.com, and I think she may even have a YouTube channel, so you can look her up on there. But I think the gnome square is really cute. She also has these in a corner to corner, but I'm not into the corner to corner, and I just haven't done that yet, and so I wasn't going to try, but I really did like that she came out with this. Now I did change my square up to make it a granny stitch around the side because I'm pairing it up with some granny squares. So I did her pattern up to this row, and after this row she just said that you did a single crochet around the edge, but I went ahead and did a granny stitch around the edge, and it didn't fit perfectly. I had to fudge it up. Like some holes are only 2 spaces, and some are 3, and 2, 3, and I just kind of when I got to a corner and I was starting a new side, I would put my stitch markers on there to decide where I was going to fit in my 6 granny clusters, and so that's how I did that. I just kind of fudged it up and made it work. So the other thing that I made is I made this doll. I'm calling her a Little Big film that the other night. The dogs were just not cooperative. They were barking and carrying on. So I never did film it. But anyway, here's how her skirt turned out. And I think this one was the second. There's her skirt. And then here's the third one. So each one's skirt turned out different. This one turned out the closest to this. So I don't think it was the stitch count that caused this one. I don't know. I just really don't know why they didn't pull up the same. They were all made with the Mexicana yarn. But this one did not pull in any kind of way. This one pulled up really interesting. And then this one almost pulled like that one, but not quite. So anyway, I just got to finish up the hair and the faces on these. But I wanted to do a video for you guys showing you how I did this hair. So when I do that, I'll finish these off. And I'm going to pop in some pictures at the end of this. I have last month when I gave my son Dakota his green squared blanket. My hair's everywhere, isn't it? I gave my son Dakota his green squared blanket, and we went to his apartment and gave it to him. And so I have a picture of him holding that up. I'm gonna pop in. And also I gave him the Queen Elizabeth amigurumi that I made, and so I have some pictures of that. And he collects what does he collect?
British royal family memorabilia.
The British royal family stuff. And so he has in his little hallway from his living room going to his bedroom, he has this whole display of all kinds of royal stuff, royal family stuff. And so I'm going to pop in the pictures of those just for kicks. Well, it does have the queen that I crocheted him. He did display it there. And so I'll share those pictures with you guys. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you're having a good day. And it's a beautiful day to crochet and do something today that brings you joy and makes you happy. I'll see you again very soon, friends. Bye, guys.